Rupel Boom. This interesting sixth season. Let's get this microphone closer. This is quite an astonishing one, to be honest, this season. A lot to be talking about before we get into the game against Beerschot. Where are you? There we go, away against Beerschot. You can see that we've slightly made an improvement over the last few games. There's definitely been an upturn in form, which is big thumbs up. I think that my management of the team has improved and individuals has improved and understanding when it is time to move people on. The sad news is coming. All right, brace yourself. But first off, I'd like to announce that I have signed a new 4-year deal at the club, signing and worth a new 4-year deal worth £2,500 per week. I got there in the end. That's the only note that I took, because all the other big information really is in this transfer history. I guess Europa Cup, you might have expected it when we beat PSV at home. We did finish first in the group, so congratulations to us there. We flew through. Unknown who we're going to face in the knockout rounds, but I'm sure the second leg there on the 19th of March is when we're going to appear for our next episode. Transfer history. All right, we are not even at the end of this. This is deep within the transfer window. There's a lot of money obviously going out and in. 22.5 in, 34 million out. That is a lot of activity. Thankfully, the board. Let's have a look at the board here. It is under Club Vision. They allowed us to increase transfer budget on the 5th of December. So that was ages ago. Oh, that's another thing. The in-game editor and the full release of Football Manager literally just dropped in the last 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to do a bit of this and try and maybe release Dare to Dream, because I don't feel like doing anything significant to it at this moment in time, so I can just drop it as quickly as possible so long as there's no bugs along the way. So that might be something that we do tonight. And apparently I failed. I failed at being competitive in the Champions Cup. Well, I'm sorry. But Euro Cup, they pleased. Mid-table in the Pro League at the moment, they're pleased. Belgian Cup reached 7th round. I guess we reached the 7th round. I repaired the club's financial damage. They were obviously in the negatives. They're still very much in the positives at £17 million. That's why I asked for an increase in the transfer budget. I didn't expect us to get anywhere with that. They said yes. I was like, fantastic. Was expecting £1 or £2 million. No, they gave me £8 million to play with. I was like, okay, now I have an erection. Fantastic. Simple as that. Our wage budget is massive. I've just seen our wage budget. That's quite large. All right, transfer history. Let's get on with it then. Let's go outwards, outbound first. Walter Van Buren, the guy that I thought, yeah, let's give him a chance if Elshot goes. Now he's gone. He's gone to Standard Liège for £5 million and a 40% of the next transfer, I believe. Elshot, he's moved to Linsk, I think it was. Anyway, he's gone. Sad times. Yeah, Elshot has finally moved on, but £5 million for someone that was actually quite struggling this season. Now, actually, you know what? I'll point out the game where I was looking at it and I went, okay, it's game over for Mr. Elshot. Let's try and find it. Was it against Standard by any chance? No, he scored against Standard. It might have been against Standard, you know. Oh, maybe it's not. Anyway, there was a game. I'm not going to go all the way through the results, but there was a game where he had there it is, against Club Bruges at home, and he had a chance to to get us into the game again, 3-1 down, and he steps up to this pen. I'm live streaming it on my Discord server, and he's like, all right, big chance for Elshot, and I was like, he's going to miss this. I just knew he was going to miss this. And of course, He drags it. He drags it well off. Like, just remember how many goals Elshot scored last season. 50-odd. Like, he was irreplaceable. This season, he had only scored 15 at this point, which is still a great return, yeah? But he's not irreplaceable at that stage. So we did start playing with different players. And the most amazing thing is that when we arranged the transfer around here just after the Club Brugge penalty miss, we moved him away from the first team, and something weird happened that we started looking like a better side. I don't know. Like, Elshot, of course, was unhappy over the summer because he couldn't get that transfer in place. But he's obviously had such a negative impact that our results really did suffer as a result. Our results, really, yeah. Our scorelines did suffer as a result before then. And now, you can see, an away draw against Genk, really positive. Home against Ghent, yep, that's a win. Charleroi, yep, away against Charleroi, yep, no problem. So let's keep that ball rolling. Transfer history. There's more. So Saranic went, we've already covered that. Dave Peters has gone to Porto's B team. I mean, good luck trying to break through that because you're absolutely not going to anytime soon. Cancelo, Giovanni Devos, who was one of the backup young defenders. If someone got injured, he'd pick up. He's gone now. Jan Morvan. Anybody remember him from the first season or the second season? Our goalkeeper from very early on before we had our current goalkeeper, Verhoeven, who's just dropped from top potential, by the way. But Pereira still has that top potential. We look like we seem to have our replacement there ready. Taha El Idrissi went on a free just to ease up the wage budget slightly, and some others loans and frees. And from the top here, this is the new team, the new look, refreshed team that I think we've done all right to assemble, even though, of course, we've talked about our scouts. Some of them are kind of duds, but we've still made serious profit from this season. We're still going to be absolutely fine with the stadium debt. It is all good. Our biggest signing recently has been a very good one, I think, anyway. Not maximum potential, but Endri Koshi is an advanced forward. We played him as an advanced forward later on in the last game, which I'll show you actually, because what a standout performance he was, a debut to remember. Lyson, we've had him for the entire season, just trying to pick up that right back spot. And then Kenny Ferreira, another central midfielder, as we try and get some real big talent in that centre mid spot. Vereth, I don't know, he's unhappy because I've tried to sell him. Honestly, I'm just really disappointed that his potential ability wasn't growing, and it looks like it might be the same with Kenny Ferreira. It's so difficult. It seems to be a bit more difficult than last year to finally get players who have actually got that additional class. Like, of course, Vereth and Ferreira are Belgian league players, quite handy Belgian league players, but I need something more. Not just to crush the Belgian league eventually, but to get to a stage where we're doing great on a European stage. Tabas, the right back. I've been keeping my eyes on him for ages. Sarang wanted stupid money for him for a long, long time, but finally we agreed on a deal at £1.9 million. So he's been there for ages, the Greek right back. And that's our right back troubles sorted immediately. We have Tabas and we have Lyson. Nice and easy. Beerschot did me over again with a 4.5-star potential ability left-hand-sided player. We are looking for another left-hand-sided player. We need someone with maximum potential on that left side. Or one more, because I'm pretty sure Diop. Check Diop, is maximum potential. Maybe we should just try and incorporate him a little bit more. He's been at Rupel Boom for so long. Whatever. Look, it's just another player for the ranks. All right, so that's Nathan de Conning. Ooh, Conink. Okay. For the youth players, we got Joran Sells. So we've done better on the youth players. The youth player front, there's that max potential there. And then max potential here on Philip Lavine. Max potential here on the right-hand sided winger. Johan Kamps has dropped off, which is such a shame. I thought we were going to have a great time with him. Oh boy. Next one. Corneliu Ion from Bulgaria. I seen him. He had 6 months left on his contract. We approached to sign him, and then we bought him immediately because look at the state of him. We want someone like that. I think I'm going to develop him as a Mazzala. He's got obviously way more like vision instead of like in comparison to defending, so he'd be better on in that kind of Mazzala role instead of deep line playmaker on defend. Perfect signing. That is perfection right there. It's what you want, and that's the lad that we were looking at to replace Vereth straight away. Like we were just like, oh yeah, when he comes available, we have to dive in for him, and that's going to be the case for some people. Unfortunately, that they might look the part first team wise, but then don't have any potential. It's like, well, we gotta get rid quick, and we gotta move on. We need to make as much profit as possible. Another youngster, Michel de Vrient, 5-star. So we might be seeing some of these lads eventually come into the first team in a couple of years' time. I'm sure we'd seen this guy before because he wasn't signed up this month. Not a bad little centre-back to be having. Bryce is here, who's still flying up. Determination's going up. He's gone up to 11. Fantastic. Judy Kasongo is one of the ones that I got tricked into. Said that it was max potential. He's actually not. It's a shame this because he had 20 aggression, 16 bravery, 14 determination. Just not the part, unfortunately. Mark Allen, same thing. Got told he was maximum potential. He absolutely isn't. Need better scouts. Ivan with Sean. And then, from the free agents, a Norwegian free agent, that was a very pleasant surprise. He's not maximum potential, but we're paying 7.25k per week. He was obviously free. He's got like 19 determination. He can put in a job at right midfielder. And I think this is the lad that finally gets us away from Jura de Wolf. Because I'm pretty sure I can make him a right mid. And with all the signings that I'm going to make to try and incorporate players into the left-hand side, we will be absolutely fine. And that's where we stand at the moment. A lot of transfers in and out. There's obviously some disruption. But we've been able to shrug it off. And this last victory here, you can see that Endry Koshi scored in the 85th and the 90th minute. He was playing deep line playmaker. And the lad up top just wasn't doing it for us. And the way that my subs were there... Let's have a look. The way that my subs were arranged on the bench... I was able to get more of a defensive-minded or a deep-lying playmaker on to free up Koshi up front. And, Groner scored Groner assisted the first goal, which also is a big thumbs up. And DeConnick, yeah, so 2 debutants assist, and obviously the goal scorer is a debutant himself. There were 6 players that got assigned a squad number in that game. Quite amazing stuff. We've got Van Heerden injured, which is sad. Oh, his potential has dropped. That is a shame, but you know what? We could probably get some money for him. That is a shame, that. But I'm not really surprised. I wouldn't say I'm surprised at that. So Peters looks like the big prospect now, maybe? I don't know, man. Mayor. Mayor, yeah. Come to think about it. outside of Iron. But Iron's not our prospect. We've just signed him up. It'll feel more like ours in a year's time or something. Let's go to match. All greens. There's a lot of green things happening. So, I promised Beerschot, and the lad that came from Beerschot, he's not actually playing. But there you are. I tell you what, I would love to get a victory over these anyway, just because of how much they've done me wrong in terms of players coming to the clubs and not filling out the expected potential. That's happened to me twice through Beerschot players. And that's not fun because they're taking my money and running with it. By the way, that Walter Van Buren guy, the kid that was supposed to replace Elshot, go on Van Ingen, finish, yes, to the front post. Very nicely done, guys. The guy who was supposed to replace Elshot, he dropped off of maximum potential. So I was like, well, Stan's coming in for him £5 million. If they give us $5 million, which they eventually agreed on, I'm like, yeah, that's good money, especially with a 40% selling clause, just in case he turns into anything good and he goes outside of Belgium. Quids in. We've had 6 shots already. Oh yeah, feeling good. This is good, lads. Ferreira. Is Ferreira playing on the right-hand side? Unlucky Koshi. Apparently that was an absolute sitter. You can see on the table, if you just saw that little window, we're up to 8th. So we have recovered after our good run of form. I'm just delighted. I mean, this January has really proven some of my rebuilding class. And Ion's bringing a whole different dimension into that midfield. Something that we desperately needed. And now we need work on the left wing, definitely. Left back as well. Looking a bit wobbly. Naba's got an injury earlier on that he might or might not have fixed yet. Where's Naba's? Yes, he's there. He's all right. He's obviously the main guy at left back, but we need a backup to him. Deckers, I believe it is. Sort by position. Deckers, where are you? Robert Deckers just... he's lost it a little bit. Potential's only 4 stars now. So, yeah, go out there and give money's worth. Half-time, 1-0 against Beerschot. Match stats are looking very, very impressive for Rupel Boom. And yes, Kenny Ferreira is playing on the right-hand side. Well, I guess, yeah, 9 crossing on the right foot. Interesting. We got centre mids that can definitely play in wing positions, which helps. We got an inspired Kenny Ferreira. Don't take him off then. Don't take him off. We obviously need, we don't need to sell as many players as what we bring into the club as well, because we need a bigger squad to help with the European competition. The European competition just diminished our energy through that first half of the season. Might have been one of the reasons why we struggled so much. I don't think it is. I think it's more stadium change and maybe Elshot being unhappy. Oh, Van Ink, that was an absolute sitter. Right, we're going to stop that. See, I know that Van Ingen's got loads of potential, but definitely needs to figure it out. Let's have Rydell in. I still feel like Rydell could do something. He's still got maximum potential. He's only 20 years old. And let's have DeConnick in for Yora De Wolf. Beerschot. Oh, he's actually straight up to 1 star on the left-hand side. Makeshift. So that wasn't even showing at one point, but clearly he can do it. He's got great stats. Let's just beat these guys. For giving me incorrect reports on their players. Yeah, they're all good. They're all good. You can buy them for millions. Go on! Oh, against his former club, that would have been nice. Let's praise them because they deserve to be praised. Ion's pulling strings here. Go on, Tabas. Cross into the back post, and Iconic, he's trying his best to score a goal against his former team. What have we got? Mayotte is almost done. Let's have Groner in. Ion drops, because Ion can probably play there. Oh, yes. Yes, he can probably play everywhere in centre mid. Let's go, Rupel Boom. See this through. See, we're only winning by 1 or 2 goals. In fact, I don't even know why I said 2 goals, because I know that we beat all the last 3 opponents by 1 goal. But look at the state of how much... We dominated that so much. Congratulations, lads. That is fantastic. That is a great showing. And you know what? We're not having a great season, obviously, in comparison to last season, but there's been some really impressive performances whilst we've been recording. I still can't believe we beat PSV by that number, that amount. That's ridiculous. Right. That's it. I wonder what is the next turn in this crazy Rupel Boom journey. I must say, we're only 5 points away from second. What has just happened there? Well, Club Brugge, by the way. Club Brugge have just left. They've gone. However, there's still plenty of time, especially with the halving the points at the end. Man, we actually have a chance, especially with the team that we've now assembled. Surely not. Nah. I'm going to keep my expectations low. But I am so very pleased with what we brought in. And in terms of what we're about to bring in, let's see it. We have got couple on confirmation. Just making sure that I get the right guys. Maybe this one. Runo Blom. A forward. And is it Danny? Yes, Danny Vase. Danny Vase is the one that I really want to be signing up. Left-footed player. All right at crossing at 8. I mean, we can train that. He's accomplished at attacking mid-left. He can be accomplished at left mid eventually. This guy is looking like a top prospect from Genk as well. He's young and he's not cost us that much. So I'm just putting my eggs into that basket, and I hope we get the maximum potential as a return. But there's a few. What Vase is going to cost me 3.4 million, so that's gonna just wipe everything. Oh my goodness! Right, well there you go. That's what is gonna happen, I guess. Seems like Hassan Bessia Bacic, Club Brugge, just offered £0. Like, fine, just get him off the wage budget. That's okay with me. Yeah, man. It's all go at Rupel Boom. Everything turning around, and of course, even though his exit was not as flattering as his entrance, Beerschot will be getting that stadium named after him, because yeah, what he did to carry that team into second and almost win the league title is nothing short of incredible. All right, see you next time.